Hey everyone, this is Rab News Blog Animation Bliss, and welcome to our animated podcast series. So today's animated podcast we'll be talking about today is what brought us into loving animation in the first place. And the person I have with me today is Hunter, the Alpha Porunga. How are you doing today?
I'm supposed to be happy, but my face is not used to smiling a lot. So I'm supposed to be happy, but now I'm in pain because my face hurts from smiling for the first time.
Oh yeah. So tell us about yourself and your channel.
Well, I'm a voice actor, and I've been around for quite a while. I'm not in the big leagues or anything like Warner Brothers or anything, but
Hmm.
I have done a lot of online work, and I'm mostly associated with a group on YouTube called Star Force Media, and we do comic dubs of uh, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Slightly Damned. Uh, there was another one that we had, and the first episode was up, and it was a hit, but they got taken down for copyright, which is unfortunate.
Oh. Hmm. Okay. So we'll go ahead and start off with the questions. So my first question is, how did you get into animation?
Well, when I was young, um, I grew up loving cartoons as a kid, and um, I grew up with the '90s classics like Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Batman the Animated Series, Justice League, Superman the Animated Series. Um, a lot of great shows. And Ed, Ed, and Eddie was like the big one for me. Like everyone I knew around me loved Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and uh, it's still probably the funniest show ever to this day.
Oh yeah. For me, I got introduced into animation like through the Looney Tune cartoons. Like I remember my parents used to like buy all these VHS tapes of the Looney Tunes, and I used to watch them a lot with my sisters. And then I also got introduced to animation through Tom and Jerry also. So some of the old school cartoons. But when I was growing up during the 90s, I used to watch a lot of shows like DuckTales and Chippendale Rescue Rangers. And then when I got a little older, I got into the Nicktoons like Hey Arnold, Angry Beavers, Rugrats, all those Nicktoons. And those are some of the cartoons I grew up with when I was younger.
Well, I was about to follow up. Like, I did watch a lot of Looney Tunes and like Tom and Jerry as a kid, but like, I was way more into like the shows that I've already listed. Like I watched them just so I could wait for the next episode of Ed and Ed Eddie. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm. What's your next question?
I was going to ask like it's kind of a response to Pan Pizza or Rebel Taxi's concern with the animation industry. Like, um, it's a bit of a belated response to that episode cast. And, he was down and out about how a lot of people are given so much negativity to the animation industry, mostly in terms of content. Um, so my question is like, what do you think is a positive to today's animation industry?
For me, I think in a lot of today's animation, they're showing a lot more diversity with the cartoons. Like nowadays, you see a lot of cartoon shows like Steven Universe and Adventure Time and the Loud House showing like LGBT characters, which was something that wasn't done before. And now you see a lot of that happening in the current cartoons. So I like that the current cartoons are actually trying to bring more diversity into animation than we ever did before. What do you think about this?
I honestly think like there are actually like what Pan Pizza was talking about was like people are just crapping on some shows that um like in a lighter sense aren't like they're not being received very well or being received as good as Adventure Time or regular show or the Loud House. Um, you can overlook that and you can see that there are a lot of great shows out there. There are way more great shows out there, like like I brought up the Loud House, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, regular show. There's also the Ducktales reboot. There's also OKKO. Um, there's also um, there are some Disney Channel cartoons that are uh, that are amazing. Like I hadn't watched what's that show called? Gravity Falls. I've never watched Gravity Falls, but it does seem to, in my taste, in a way. Uh, uh, but but yeah, like um, there's a lot of great cartoons out there. It's just that a lot of people, especially on the internet, they want to be very negative about certain shows out there, and really there's actually just way more um, way more positivity, way more positives than the negatives that everybody wants to point out.
Yeah, I agree. Like you mentioned before, there was Gravity Falls. I never seen that show before myself, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and I've also heard a lot of good things about the Ducktales reboot. And then I used to watch Phineas and Ferb before I had to drop the show for a while. But when I was watching Phineas and Ferb, it was a pretty good show also. And I feel like the shows like Steven Universe and Adventure Time and those sometimes get unfair treatment because they're newer shows versus the older shows. But I think there's a lot of good newer shows out there. It's just I think people should definitely check those shows out because they're definitely worth checking out.
I was about to follow up with like there's also some great animes right now. Like My Hero Academia and there's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. There's also a new season of Tokyo Ghoul coming up. Um, there's a lot of uh, great anime, especially the ones that are showing up on Adult Swim. Like they actually they show a lot of nostalgia. I will say they have been showing like Lupin the Third, Cowboy Bebop. There's actually a Gundam show, Iron Blooded Orphans, and also Black Clover. There's also that. Um, all the animation companies really do care about the animation. It's just that uh, it depends on whether the viewer likes it or not.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's also a lot of great anime shows like Attack on Titan. I've been enjoying that too. And I haven't seen Dragon Ball Super yet, even though that's technically spun off from Dragon Ball Z, which I saw when I was little. But yeah, there are some good animes being released, but as you said, it depends on the viewers themselves.
Yeah.
So my next question is, what were your favorite cartoons as a kid?
My favorite cartoons. Well, I did bring them up, like like Ed, Ed, Eddie, Dexter's Laboratory. But in terms of like Cartoon Network shows, X. I love Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series. Um, Dexter's Lab again. Dexter's Laboratory. I can't believe I already brought that up. um, Johnny Bravo. That is a classic. Um, that show's about a guy trying to get laid. Let's be honest. That guy's trying to get laid. Like, I was really confused as a kid. Like why is that man being so gross to that woman? Ew, or something like that. um, but but favorite Nickelodeon shows? Not much. I did enjoy Cat Dog. I did like SpongeBob. Um, I did like Hey Arnold. I have yet to see the Jungle movie actually. Um, what else? What else? Well, recently, if I had to pick a favorite Nickelodeon show recently, it would be the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, which that one recently ended and it's now getting a brand new series. So
Hmm.
yeah. Um, as for Disney, there wasn't a whole lot of Disney to be honest. I was mostly a Warner Brothers or a Cartoon Network kid.
Okay.
Um, oh, going back to the Cartoon Network, I forgot some things. I did like a lot of shows that came on Toonami, like Dragon Ball Z and um, Outlaw Star. Some there was also G Gundam. That was the one where they have like you wear these suits that can control the entire robot, like your entire body controls the robot, which is cool. Um, but Disney shows, again, not very much. I would say Kim Possible. Um, I did watch a lot of House of Mouse.
Okay.
Or is that what it's called? What it was called? House of Mouse.
Yeah, it was called House of Mouse.
The one where they showed all these compilation videos of all the Mickey Mouse shorts, and they show it to an audience of all Disney characters.
Yeah, it was that, and it also had their own cartoon shorts too. That's alongside the classic ones.
Yeah, yeah. That's about all I can think of for some Disney shows. Oh yeah. The Winnie the Pooh show. That was it. That's about it though.
Okay. My favorite cartoons when I was little is I used to watch a lot of Looney Tunes, and I used to watch Tom and Jerry a lot when I was little. I also watched a lot of Flintstones. That was like one of my all-time favorite cartoons when I was growing up. And then for the '90s shows, for Cartoon Network, I used to watch a lot of Powerpuff Girls and Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Laboratory. Those are like the three main shows I watch from Cartoon Network. And then from Nickelodeon, I used to watch Hey Arnold, Rugrats, The Angry Beavers, what else? Aura Monsters and Doug and so many Nicktoons of the '90s. And then for Disney Channel, I used to watch Kim Possible and the Proud Family a lot, and those are some of the two main shows I watch on Disney
Oh
Channel.
yeah, I remember. I remember Proud Family. I
Yeah,
completely. I completely.
but those are some of the shows I used to grow up with when I was little. What's your next question?
We were like what Western or American animation or just a revive or reboot remake.
Which Western animation I want to see get a reboot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, for Western animation, um, let's see. This is gonna take some time. I do want to see that Angry Beavers Resputa thing. Like, I want to see them revive the Angry Beavers because I felt like the ending was kind of like, it's not my favorite. But I would like to see where Norbert and Daggett would have gone at beyond that point, and then. I also want to see revive of Aura Monsters because I feel like they didn't graduate from the academy. I don't think they did, but I like to see a revival of that. And then Danny Phantom, I like to see a revival of that too, since I want to see that fourth season that would have tied up all the loose ends from the second season. And as for anime, I wouldn't mind seeing a revival of Akira. I know the original was a classic, but I like to see a revival of, or a reboot of Akira, and I think that's it for anime. Like, there's not too many anime shows I want to see get rebooted or anything like that.
Okay. Um, as um for anime, um, I would like to see like a little revive or a or better or in other words like a remake of Fist of the North Star.
Hmm.
You know, probably like make some tweaks, you know, here and there of the Fist of the North Star storyline because I'm gonna be honest, the Fist of the North Star storyline has been done to death,
Hmm.
but it is a very obscure, like for, as far as I know, it's a very obscure show, even though it's recently it had like so much games. Like it had like a Dynasty Warriors game, and it had a 3D beat 'em up game for the PlayStation One. Shout out to Hyper Bit Hero who recently made that video. And they're going to make a Fist of the North Star game made by the same people that made Yakuza. And
Huh.
I'm currently loving Yakuza Kiwami. It's quite possibly my favorite game of this year. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. I like it better than I like it better than Persona 5. Just
Okay.
saying. but 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 yeah, like a little reboot of of the animes would be great. Or I don't know, like I would be a lot happier if they actually you know resell or uh, or just show some of the most obscure movies that came out. Like I'm talking about the movies that were like impossible to find. Um, like I tried looking some of them up, but all I could find was one or two out of like I believe it's like five or six movies that came out during the 2000s. So yeah, either like show those movies again or make a new series and start from the beginning. That would be great.
Yeah, I agree.
As for Western cartoons, like you brought up the Angry Beavers, like more than likely, I'm sure the Beavers will probably have like a TV movie, kind of like Hey Arnold, what Hey Arnold did.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, it does seem possible for it to have like a um, made for TV movie of the Angry Beavers, and probably real monsters.
Yeah.
Uh, as for Western shows, just the ones that I want remade, I can't seem to think of anything. Wait, no, wait. I know. Um, like years ago, they did show like remakes of the classic 80s cartoons, they did He-Man in 2002 with most of the cast from Beast Wars, which is Beast. Uh, um, and then they did Thundercats. I'm just thinking, you know, maybe a remake of both He-Man and Thundercats, or a continuation of either or would be great. Um, and I just got on Twitter and I actually found out I believe this is actually happening. Um, it that they've announced that they're making a She-Ra reboot series for Netflix.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Like, I was wondering when they were gonna do a reboot for She-Ra down the line because they already did a He-Man reboot. So why couldn't they do a She-Ra reboot? But I do wonder what that show's gonna be like once it arrives on Netflix.
I still can't get over the name of the villain, Hordak. I don't know. It sounds. it sounds perverted to me. But then again, anything sounds perverted to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you can think of.
Okay. So here's my next question. What do you think were the most iconic cartoons?
Most iconic. It's debatable, actually. Debatable. Well, if I can go by like certain generations, I would start off with, um, I would say, from the beginning, the most iconic ones were both Looney Tunes and Mickey Mouse, obviously. Later on would be the Hanna Barbera stuff like the Flintstones. After that, um, the He Man and Thundercats. Uh, those are pretty iconic. Um, and the '90s, it can be any of the ones that I have listed because I grew up with all of them and they're all pretty iconic to me. Um, for mid 2000s would be some of the Transformers series. I did like the Unicron trilogy. Well, I mostly liked Armada. Uh,
Hmm.
um, and what else? Justice League. I really love Justice League. Um, and as an iconic cartoons today, um, I can only think of Adventure Time, regular show, and Voltron, Legendary Defender, and Avatar. That's about it.
Okay. For me, I think the most iconic cartoons would have to be the classics like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, and most of the Hanna Barbera cartoons like the Flintstones and Yogi Bear. For the '80s, I would have to say probably Transformers and let's see, Transformers and probably He Man. And then for the '90s, I would have to say maybe Rugrats and SpongeBob SquarePants and Hey Arnold to some degree. And then for the 2000s, Avatar The Last Airbender and probably Danny Phantom also. And then currently Steven Universe and Adventure Time and Loud House, and those are pretty iconic. So but like you said, it all depends on the viewer and it could be like different from every person. But I think for the main iconic cartoons, probably Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, and most of the Hanna Barbera cartoons, since they started off a lot of things.
Really nice.
I also like to add Batman the animated series, since that pretty much jump started the superhero cartoons. So definitely Batman the animated series and Justice League.
Nice.
What's your next question?
Um, let's see. I got a list. You brought up you. I think it'd be a nice transition. Like you brought up Batman the animated series. What are your favorite DC animated films?
For me, like I don't watch a lot of the DC animated films. Like I watch a couple, but I would have to say maybe Batman Mask of the Phantasm was one I really enjoyed watching when I was little. Um, Another one I liked watching was like I think I like Justice League Gods and Monsters, but it's been a while since I've seen that one. And I've heard a lot of people like the Batman and Harley Quinn
Oh yeah.
movie. Um, but yeah, I'd like to watch that someday. What are some of your favorites?
For the DC animated films, I did like recently. Well, I did like Gods and Monsters. That one was very cool to watch. Seeing how all the Justice League characters, how they were different, how they're different in this one universe. I also like Under the Red Hood is a classic. The Dark Knight Returns also a classic. Uh, they what else? Justice League Doom. I really love Justice League Doom, and uh, in a recent example, I had not seen Batman and Harley Quinn, but I have seen the Killing Joke, and I'm just gonna say it. I I love the Killing Joke. A lot of people might have a problem with that, but I don't care. I love the Killing Joke.
Okay. I never really seen The Killing Joke myself, but I have been hearing a lot of controversy about that movie. But I might watch it only because I love the comic book story it was based off of. But yeah, I'd never seen The Killing Joke myself.
Um, if you love the Killing Joke comic book, you're gonna love this movie. It's basically exactly like the comic book.
Oh, okay.
Um, so yeah.
Okay. Think I'll definitely check that movie out. So my next question is, do you believe that animation is just for kids?
To a certain extent, it may or may not. Um, like there are plenty of cartoons that appeals to everybody. Like I'm sure Batman the animated series was meant to be for kids, but the way they wrote it and how they directed it, it's it was more appealing to adults now. Like back then, you could hear adults saying like they watch Batman the animated series with their kids and they don't feel you know they don't cringe at some of they don't feel like they have to cringe whenever they watch some of the stuff it, it was it's a very show with wearing it's a show like say a Sesame Street or if it's something like that then yeah, it's a straight up kid show. It's mostly like it just depends on your taste or depends on the quality of the show.
Okay.
Like Samurai Jack is, I'm gonna say it's not Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is not strictly for kids. It's for all ages. Or the last season, which is pretty much mostly mature people.
Hmm?
Um, and by the way, I will defend that ending, even if it does make me look stupid. I love the ending to Samurai Jack. I I I love it. It hits me. It
Okay.
hits me right there. But um, but yeah, like if it's for kids, it's for kids. If it's for everybody, it's for everybody. There you go.
Yeah. I agree. I think it all depends on what kind of show or movie you're trying to make for the audience. Like, if you have animation that's for kids, okay, the movie's going to be for the kids. If you got animation that's for the adults, it's going to be for the adults. So it really depends on what audience you're targeting for and what kind of content you're going to put in the animation.
Yeah.
What's your next question?
Um, this is my last one. Um, it's favorite Netflix animated shows.
Um, for me, I haven't really watched any of the Netflix cartoons. Like, I heard about BoJack Horseman, but I'd never seen that show before. And I've been hearing about Young Justice going to get revived on Netflix, so I'm definitely going to try to check out Young Justice whenever I can because I remember watching the show when it came on Cartoon Network, but I never had the chance to watch the final season. So I'll definitely be checking out BoJack Horseman or Young Justice when they come on Netflix, but I haven't really watched any Netflix cartoons. What are your favorite Netflix cartoons?
Voltron Legendary Defender, and I've seen some episodes. I've seen like a couple BoJack Horseman episodes, but it was only at a friend's house. But it's some good stuff. It's some really good stuff. Um, excuse me. Um, Also, Castlevania. I highly recommend watching Castlevania, even though it's 4 episodes. There's going to be more episodes. There's going to be more episodes. So yeah. Um, I find it funny that the Castlevania people are like, okay, the next season is going to be 8 episodes. I'm like, no, that's the rest of season one. 4 episodes is not a four 30-minute episodes is not a season. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's a really good show. It's very it does not hold back. It does not hold back at all. It's gory. It's insane. It's um, quite possibly the most metal cartoon I've ever seen since Metalocalypse.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll try to check out Castlevania because I've heard about the games. I haven't played any of the games, but I have been hearing some good things about the show itself. So I'm definitely going to try to check out Castlevania whenever I get the chance to.
Yeah, it's a really great show.
Okay.
And I can't wait for Young Justice season 3 to come out.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that because I can't believe they canceled the show like they did and left us hanging. So I definitely can't wait to see how this show is going to be resolved through this series.
Yeah. Well, then there was another show that I wanted to recommend. I hadn't seen it yet, but they made a cartoon. Okay, yeah. This is it. I believe the Netflix cartoon is called Buddy Thunderstruck.
Huh.
Uh, it's called Buddy Thunderstruck. It's made by the same people um that made Robot Chicken. Um,
Okay.
but it's more on leaning towards kids, but it still has some it has some dry humor, and I'm a fan of dry humor. So
Okay.
yeah, I recommend Buddy Thunderstruck.
That sounds like a really interesting show to check out. Like especially if it's from the makers of Robot Chicken, because I really enjoy Robot Chicken. So I'm definitely gonna check that series out. So here's my final question. What do you hope for the future of animation?
Just keep on going,
Yeah.
keep on evolving, and keep on um, keep on doing what it's doing, and keep on trying to um, be as successful or more successful than what they are right now.
Yeah. Like same here. Like I just want animation to keep going, but I also want them to try to bridge out to more things they can do, like allow more subjects that they couldn't talk about before into their to their shows. Maybe branch out more in what type of animations they could do besides CGI animation. Like I got nothing against CGI animation, but maybe they could flesh out beyond that. So I like to see what more they could do with animation in the near future.
Yeah, I do like to see different um, animation qualities. Um, I did like Adventure Time. Like it was very different, uh, but like animation is art, and like art, people can make different versions of the way they draw and bring it to life. And um, it's always very fascinating on how people can make these things and and be very very successful at it and be uh, widely loved by what by their work. Like um, for example, like Vincent Van Gogh. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard about the story of Vincent Van Gogh. Uh, he was uh, he was a depressed man, and it's mostly because uh, either like I might be getting this wrong, so I apologize, but either people don't he didn't think people would love his paintings, or people actually didn't like his paintings. and
Hmm.
then years later, there's Van Gogh type of paintings everywhere now, and uh, it is very unfortunate, but it's still great to see art evolve and branch out into different styles and still be great work.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think with animation, you could just do anything you want with it, and people can either like it or hate it. But the point is like animation is just art, and it's used as a way for people to express how they really feel about real life and stuff like that. So, I hope animation continues to be used as an art form and be like we can express what we really think happen in society and stuff like that with and just see how people really react to what we think through our art.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very good example.
So, do you have any more questions?
Not at all.
Okay, yeah, I'm done too. So, we're gonna wrap up this video. Do you have any updates for your channel?
Um, well, I got a Twitter and but I don't really do much. Uh, if you've seen my tweets lately, they're mostly just stupid crap. Uh, that's mostly it. But if you want to see me post or retweet some stupid crap, follow me on Twitter at Alpha Porunga. If you want to see the types of people that I am associated with, um, look up Star Force Media on YouTube. Look up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic dubs, which is uh, the biggest show they have as of right now. I'm in the slightly damned comic dub as Iratu, a very drunk Earth demon. Uh, Also, check out my first animated pilot called Dagon Troll World Chronicles. It's my first acting gig as in an animation. So it's some it's really fun to be in it. Um, and also, if you like some CG animation, look up the channel. I believe it's called Athlon, where angels fall, and the series I'm in is called Seven Gates, where angels fall. It's it's a hell of a ride, no
Okay.
pun intended.
Okay. Some updates we have for this channel is we're still doing the top 15 animated facts series every Monday. So if there's any cartoons you want us to do 15 facts about, we can go ahead and comment on one of our videos and we'll go ahead and do that. And of course, we have new videos every Sunday. So if you want to check out what new videos we got, tune in every Sunday. But that's it for our updates.
There's actually a couple more things. There is my first comic dub movie that I'm in. I'm only in it as extras. I play as like four different people, so yeah. But like in the acting from everybody else, everybody did a great job. Uh, it's called Movie by a man called Nelson Wong. Ready to go watch that. And another YouTube channel I'm associated with is Dubtail Productions. They do dubs of like webcomics that involves like Undertale. Recently, they've been doing some Overwatch and Bandy and the Ink Machine and Miraculous Ladybug. So yeah, uh, Star Force Media, Red Sellers, Dagon Controller Chronicles, Elsa Wrong with Dreamkeepers the movie, uh, Dovetail Productions, and did I say Star Force Media again?
Yeah.
I believe I said that.
Yeah.
Check them all out. Check them all out. It's really great. It's some great stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I should definitely check those out myself. So it was nice talking to you. I really enjoy our conversation.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did too.
Yeah. So I guess I'll see you later.
See you around.
All right. So that was Alpha Porunga. And be sure to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated on any new videos we post up. And also like our Facebook page. And if you want to do any more animated podcasts with Animation Bliss, please let us know in the comments below. I'm Rabbit Ears Blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later.